Today I'm cooking for a dinner party at home and the theme is Indian, but Indian with a modern twist. And I thought of those wonderful Spaniards and those lovely little small plates of tapas that are found in almost every bar and restaurant across Spain. So why not take 3 of my favorite Indian recipes and turn them into tapas? I'm making a codfish and coconut curry, and it's a dish that I learned how to make when I was in college in Bangalore. A creamy butter chicken, the kind that's found in authentic little restaurants in Delhi. My favorite dessert of all time, a mango mousse with a saffron and cardamom infusion. You're just going to love them. For my first recipe today, we're making codfish in a coconut curry. Now this is a dish I learned how to make when I was in college. I just drop in to visit my friends and they'd whip this up in a matter of minutes, and honestly it tastes like it could be part of a royal banquet. And they call it everyday curry. I'm going to show you how to make it. The first thing I do when I get off the plane is I go to the old spice markets. I sort of look at silk fabrics, I go and look at clothes, and I pick up things that I wouldn't get necessarily in New York. I love walking in the street and just experiencing the noise. It's so noisy, but it's colorful, it's so alive, just pulsing with energy. And now let's go over the ingredients for my codfish and coconut curry. We have lemon juice, ginger, parsley, onions, garlic, coconut milk. We need some tomato puree, a hint of salt and pepper, some oil, coriander, cumin, and chili pepper. I'm going to head over to my nice big fridge, which I always keep stocked full of fresh ingredients, and get my codfish out. It's always good to cut your meat into small bite-sized pieces, especially when you're making curries, because they absorb all the spices. If they're too lumpy and too thick, the spices don't get easily absorbed. One of my go-to dishes when I'm in a hurry is my codfish curry. It's so quick, it's so easy to make, and I just mop it up with a piece of bread, the gravy, and I'm very happy. It's just delicious. Now we'll turn the gas on. We don't want it too oily because, you know, South Indians don't have a lot of oil in their food. Everything is very mild, mildly spiced. A lot of coconut, probably because of the climate, and you get lots of fresh coconut there. I'm going to take a little bit of spice just because it coats the fish as it fries nicely. Oh, I love the sound of crackling fish. So in the north of India, they use a lot more lamb in the cooking, a lot more cream. It's a little bit richer. In the south of India, they use more coconut, they use more fish. It's just lighter. They're very different flavors. Well there, my fish is fabulously dry now, and now it's time to make the curry. So turn on the gas. Adding my onions. Oh, lovely sound. Again, the smell of onions, the smell of anything frying is good, but specifically onions, I do love that smell. We're going to add a hint of garlic and ginger. You know, garlic and ginger are absolutely essential to Indian cooking, and it forms the base for so many of the curries that you all know and love. India is such a visual feast for people, and also, you know, I think it's represented in the food, the passion, the energy of the people, the traditions, the cultures, and it's all represented so beautifully in all the dishes that one eats. And that's why I love cooking the food and I love experimenting, because there's just so much to choose from. I've just added the tomato puree. It adds a lovely little color to the dish. Now I'm adding a pinch of coriander, a pinch of cumin, a pinch of chili powder. You know, I never like to throw spices directly into oil because you could overheat, they could overheat and burn, and you know, the flavor would just be bitter then. I think the thing about Indian food is if the spices are either undercooked or overcooked, then the food tastes a little bit off. So I think the key is to, use the right spices, to use the right temperature when you're cooking them, and then get the flavors right, get the balance right. And look at that. That's a lovely base for the coconut curry, the coconut milk that I'm going to throw in. And then the fish gets added, and the lemon juice, and the salt and pepper. I'm already so excited just talking about this. And now it's time to add my coconut milk. Add the lemon juice. Lemon juice is always good with fish. People are sometimes scared to use lemon juice with coconut milk, but I promise you it won't destroy the flavor. In fact, they go really well together. And now finally I'm going to add a hint of salt and pepper. In the 17th century, the French deemed any other spice except salt and pepper too vulgar. And guess what? This is true love. They've been together on every dining table ever since. Why do people like Indian food? I think there's so many spices involved. I think it's just a burst of flavor in your mouth. If it's cooked properly, Indian food can be just so delicious. And now for my favorite part of the cooking process, eating, tasting everything. Oh, I wish you could taste this. It is really, really good. I have to say I am very partial to this. Give me a little fish in a coconut sauce, a tiny bit of rice, and I'm a very happy person. Now that the gravy has thickened really beautifully, it's time for me to add my fillets. As I said, this is everyday curry. It just takes a few minutes to cook. All I'm doing is letting the fish soak in the spices for a few moments, and then we'll turn the gas off. I love living in New York. It's such a fun and fabulous city, but I do miss things like the extended family, the wedding season in India, which is so colorful, and all the different flavors and of the food. There's so much to taste and so much to choose from. Now my codfish is ready. I'm going to turn off the heat, and it's time to plate. I'm so excited. I'm using this whole new way of plating to get this gorgeous leaf. Let's see how it looks. It almost looks like a flower, you see? It looks like a beautiful green sunflower. You see that? That's the center. It's so pretty. I'm also going to add lemon wedges because, as I said, for fish, lemon is essential, and you can never have too much lemon. I love to douse my fish in lemon after it's ready. Okay, now I'm going to add my fresh parsley. It's always lovely to have a fresh garnished Indian food. It makes it just a little bit more inviting. And we're ready. Well, isn't that unusual? I've never done that before. I think I like it. This is my fabulous codfish in coconut sauce. My everyday curry, my South Indian curry, my speciality.